Welcome to the epilogue. I'm now about 2 weeks out of the fast. It's now 6 o'clock on Thursday the 13th of September, and as promised I'm recording the epilogue for you to discuss the whole experience and how I'm feeling. The videos will have already been released now, so that will have been the prologue, the Last Supper and the 5-day fast. And I want to thank everybody who has watched all those videos and followed me through the entire experience. So far they have been doing better than I could have expected for a channel of my size on a topic like this, when nutrition and fasting is not something I've ever spoken about before. So, again, thank you for watching and I really do appreciate it. What I wanted to do in this video was to run down just a series of questions about the experience and just answer as many as I can. If there's anything I don't cover in the epilogue that you wanted to know, let me know in the comments below and I will endeavour to get you an answer. That may take a day or two if I have to do some research, but if you want to know something that I haven't covered, I will reply to you in the comments below. So please do not hesitate to leave me a message there and I will get back to you. Without further ado, I've got my iPad here again, so I'll be looking away a little bit. I'm just going to run through some of the questions I have here for. So, to recap, the first question, obviously, for anyone who hasn't watched the full series of videos, what is a water fast? So, water fasting means you simply only drink water for the period of time that you're doing the water fast. So for me it was 5 days, I only drank water during that period. Slight disclaimer here, you can have a little bit of salt water or salt in your water if you want, because drinking too much water can be dangerous without making sure that you're supplementing your salt. I also had a multivitamin just to make sure that my vitamin levels didn't drop too low. But in principle, you're not eating any food. You're only having water for 5 days. So that's what a water fast is. How much water did I drink per day? For me, I drank between 1 and 2 litres of water every day. I found I wasn't that thirsty, and the recommendation was always only drink when you're thirsty. So I found I wasn't getting through the second flask of water. So that's, between 1 and 2 litres of water per day was what I drank on the fast. Can you still work out during a water fast? Well, that's totally up to you. If you feel that you've got the energy to do a workout, absolutely go ahead and do it. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. I was trying to walk as much as I could based on the weather, and I also did a sort of mini workout in the morning and the evening just to make sure that I was keeping my muscles in check, so doing it. So this included things like doing, say, 10 to 20 push-ups, 10 to 20 sit-ups, some jumping jacks, and some running on the spot. Nothing too intense, but just some exercise every day just to help me wake up, make me feel better, and to make sure that my muscles were being used. What is the effect of water fasting on your metabolism? It's a good question. So the difference between a water fast and a reduced calorie diet, and this is one of the key factors, is that studies have shown that after 4 days of water fast, your metabolism actually increases, which might seem counterintuitive because you're not actually eating anything, but your metabolism increases and you actually start burning energy at a faster rate than you would if you're just eating normally. And if you go into a low-calorie diet, your body has to get used to processing just that smaller amount of calories, so then your metabolism does decrease. And this is why when you go on a low-calorie diet, when you start eating again, your metabolism has decreased, so you pile that weight straight back on. The difference if you go on a 4 or 5 day water fast is that your metabolism has increased, so when you start eating again, your body accepts the extra food, you don't put the weight back on as quickly. What was the best thing that happened during the fast? I think not being hungry. Not being hungry when you're not thinking about where your next meal's coming from and when you're going to cook and how you're going to cook it and things like this, you have so much more free time. And it was hard for me to fill that free time, but I would say that was one of the best things. And I found that I wasn't crashing out in the afternoon. I wasn't getting tired, coming home for a nap because perhaps I eaten a lot of rubbish during that day. I had very consistent energy levels throughout the day and I slept at fairly standard times every day. What was the worst thing that happened during the fast? Day 3. Day 3 was the worst thing that happened during the fast. Between 6 o'clock on the Tuesday and 6 o'clock on the Wednesday, I felt like hell. And it got really bad. As you saw in the vlogs, if you go back and watch Day 3 and the end of Day 2, you see that I started to feel incredibly sick. I had horrible tastes in my mouth. I was getting some white pasty crap on my tongue that I had to brush off every morning. And I had heart palpitations. I felt like I was getting close to cardiac arrest. I felt sick to my stomach. Day 3 was terrible. Once I got through Day 3, I felt amazing. Day 4 and Day 5, I was full of energy, super happy, and it was great. I really wish that had I not been going up the Monroe, up Ben Nevis, I probably would have kept going for Day 7, possibly even further. How did I feel throughout the fast? So I think we've covered this. At the start, I felt fine. The first day was absolutely no problems. Then Day 2, I felt really cold in my extremities. I had to start putting the heating up. Day 3, I felt sick and really the keto flu hit me. And then Day 4 and 5, I felt amazing and really felt like I could keep going, and had I been able to, I would have. So that's, in summary, how I felt throughout the fast. Would I do it again, and for how long? Absolutely, I would do it again. When you come off the fast, the one thing I found is that when I started eating again, I started feeling sluggish, I started feeling down, I started having crash outs of energy where I'd be tired again throughout the day, and immediately when I started eating, I started thinking, no, I want to go back to not eating. I felt so much better when I wasn't eating, and it was luring me back into not eating. So absolutely I would do it again, and I probably will. I was thinking that I could potentially even do this every couple of months. So for the full 7 days instead of 5 days, and about every 8 weeks. Who should not fast? So we've discussed this before, but want to just cover this again. Water fasting is not safe for everyone, and people who should not fast are people who are under 18, people who have eating disorders, people who are underweight, if you're pregnant, if you have heart problems, if you have diabetes, if you have problems with migraines, if you have recently or are currently undergoing a blood transfusion, and if you're taking any specific medication. These things all contribute to risk factors, and I certainly recommend go and see your doctor and ask them if they recommend you going on a water fast before you do it. Did I regain the weight once I left the fast? Well, you should judge that for yourself. Go back and look at Day 5 at the end of the fast, and then look at the epilogue video, this one, and you tell me what you think the outcome of that was. But it's not a miracle cure. If you come off a fast and you start eating badly, you will put the weight back on. Have I stuck to intermittent fasting since the fast? So my plan was to go to a 12-8 intermittent fasting eating window. So that means I would start eating at 12 o'clock lunchtime, and the last thing I could eat would be just before 8 o'clock at night. Therefore I would have the 8 o'clock at night through till 12 o'clock, 16-hour fasting window. Have I stuck to that strictly over the last 2 weeks? No. I have to be honest. That's the whole point of these videos and vlogs. I haven't been completely true to that. I have done that as best as I can. There has been a couple of days where I've gone out with colleagues, where I've gone out with friends for food, or where what I've been doing that day just hasn't worked into the 12-8 eating window. There has been days, however, that I've only had one meal. So I've had a 1 hour eating window. That may have been between 5 and 6, came home from work, just had one meal. But for the most part, I am trying to stick to my 12-8 intermittent fasting period. One of the things I wanted to say is, now that I've been eating food again, I really have to watch what I eat. If I notice that if I do have anything that is carb heavy, I do get crashes, and I don't like the feeling of that. I don't like having that tiredness in the afternoon, want to have a nap crash. So I have to watch what I eat. But that was the same case before I had the fast. The fast didn't have any negative effects on what I could eat. But I notice it now, because I've had that period of having smooth energy throughout the day. To then have something that you eat really floor you, yeah, that feels bad. So I've started watching what I eat. I've started batch cooking. You probably see on my Instagram if you follow me. I'm at MyAirMyles on Instagram. That I've been batch cooking chili. I cooked a soup, and I'll probably batch cook some other foods. So I'm trying to control what I eat because I want to cook it myself, so I know what goes into it, so I can make sure that there's not anything that's really bad for me in it. This concludes the water fasting series, and once again I do want to thank everybody for watching and for your support throughout all of this. Those of you who knew I was doing it whilst I was doing it, and those of you who have supported me when I was coming out of it as well. I think that's really everything I wanted to cover in the epilogue. After this we go back to our regularly scheduled programming, I guess, on this channel. What I'm going to try and do is release at least one video a week between now and the end of the year. I'm not going to promise a certain day for that video. I'm not going to promise any specific topic. I'm going to try and release at least one video a week so that you guys have some content to know that you can look forward to. Hopefully, if you like my channel at least, you have something you can look forward to and a reason to subscribe so that you get notified each week when I release a video. If there is anything specific you want me to do a video on, be it from a technical perspective to the computer and the VR headset kind of things, be it to do with nutrition and food, be it a cooking video, be it more things on flying, do let me know and I will work to put these videos into production for you. I do know there's been a request to have some more videos with the puppy in them, so I'm going to work on those for you as well. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can always subscribe to be notified of more videos that I release, and you can comment below to let me know if you have any questions, because as always, your feedback drives the content of this channel. Have a great day.